You know, firefighters, cops, ambulance personnel, we run towards the gun battle. We run into the burning building. We run towards the danger while everybody else is trying to escape.
I knew in high school that I wanted to become a police officer.
If you'd ask my wife, she'd tell you I was that kind of person. I wanted to make a difference.
From the day they walk into law enforcement, they enter probably one of the most caustic work sites on the face of the earth.
What officers see in the course of their career, civilians and people who are not police will never see.
We respond to many calls, some of which give us a front row seat to what will be the worst moments in people's lives. And we will also bear witness to the evil and darker side of humanity, where nightmares exist.
Never really thought about the things that I saw. Child deaths were the hardest.
I can remember one night walking down train tracks where a guy had stepped in front to commit suicide, and we walked down, and the sergeant was with me, said, "Rick, look at your boots." I had body parts and intestines up in my boots. There was this mentality that you needed to be tough about it.
It's all part of the job. It becomes a way of life. We quickly realize that we can't think too much about it. And if it bothers us, we can't say anything. Not even to our brother or sister who is right there with us. Stuff it down. Move on. We have to stay tough and see it through.
The visions were still there. The flashbacks were too vivid. The nightmares were horrible. I couldn't sleep. I was on edge. I couldn't even talk about it.
And I didn't realize what he was going through. I didn't know. He didn't tell me, you know, about the nightmares, about the flashbacks. All I knew was all of a sudden my Rick was gone.
My pot had boiled over. I had been through so much and seen so much in the 22 years I was fit to be tied.
Post-traumatic stress disorder is really a problem for first responders, specifically among police officers. About 15 to 18% of officers in the United States have post-traumatic stress disorder. You know, there's an ethos among police officers that coming forward to get help might be a sign of weakness, and that if I do that, I might be looked down upon by my peers or by my supervisors.
This is all part of the first responder culture. It changes you.
If I got shot in the leg, wouldn't you give me time to heal from that? It's an injury, it's a service-connected disability, you know, but since it's PTSD, you know, I've got sick leave I could use, I have vacation I could use, you know, I'm not gonna get any of that and maybe see if I'm making some progress or something like that. If I were to walk by any one of those guys, military, law enforcement, whatever, if I seen him on the ground, I would reach my hand out and I'd help him get up to his feet. And I just felt like not only did they not do that, it's almost like kicking me while I'm down.
PTSD is a deadly, deadly mental health. Incorrectly handled, it can kill somebody in a heartbeat.
You gotta know that there's nothing wrong with you, that it's not dishonorable, that it's nothing to be ashamed of to come forward and share that. We've let it be a shameful thing.
No one ever told me when I started that I was gonna see a lot of the stuff that I did.
Deaths of kids and children and all this. But as it builds up and builds up and builds up, they need somewhere that's safe. They need somewhere that they can talk to someone who can help them get out of what they're in.
I try to look at everything as not so much post-traumatic stress disorder, but post-traumatic growth. The things you've been through never go away. They don't just disappear. And there might be things that come up that make you think about them, but it's how you deal with them at the time.
I'll be damned if I let this happen to me. I'll be damned if I'm gonna let this job take my life.